Excuse me. I swear to God, this is what I'm dealing with. Can we not? We are not climbing a plastic Christmas tree, and we're not going to chew it either. Bloody cat. Okay, so today's video, we are doing an Am I the Arsehole posts because I've seen them everywhere on TikTok at the moment. I keep getting recommended them, and I realise it's been fucking ages since we've done one. Am I the arsehole for telling my mum she's not as important, Jesus, after refusing to recreate a girly family day with her? Okay. My parents are divorced and share custody of me, 17 female, and my 3 younger brothers, 16, 14 and 13. My mum has a boyfriend she's been with forever, and my dad remarried a year and a half after the divorce. My stepmom was always jealous of the fact we love our mum so much, and me and my brothers didn't count her as our second mum or an equal parent to mum and dad. You have no control of that. As a step parent, you would have no control. Like, you just have to do everything you can to love and cherish them. And that sort of stuff takes time. And sometimes it will always feel like you're trying to replace their parent. Just be the cool aunt, uncle type. She's also jealous that we get along so well with our mum's boyfriend, even though he only moved in with us a year ago, even though we knew him for 7 years and he was always such a cool guy. My stepmom hates my mum. Okay, this is screaming of jealousy. What are we doing? He's been nothing but distracting all day while I was working. Now he's distracting while I'm editing. Or filming. He does this when I'm editing too. We tried to stay respectful for Dad. We have told him we have issues with her attitude, and she got a little better after we talked to her. We can still see her anger and hatred for Mum in this is screaming at jealousy. In how she looks at Mum and how she reacts to Mum being present. Right. They are always going to have a problem with her if she's clearly showing disdain for their mother. Doesn't matter if that's the ex-wife. Doesn't matter what stories she may have heard. Of course, that is going to cause animosity. My stepmom came to every single school play and sports game or whatever we did and would always try to be the best to get to us. She'd try and stop us getting to Mum first, and she'd try to get seats closer to the front than Mum. I don't like this. One time, she actually yelled at my youngest brother for running past her to go and see Mum after his school play, and Mum told Dad about it, and Dad told stepmom to never do it again. Good, I'm glad he's setting boundaries. And she didn't, but again, it pissed her off. I don't like this dynamic. I don't think she's good for this family. My paternal grandma doesn't like my stepmom because every year on Mother's Day since she and Dad got married, she calls my grandma and bitches about my mum to her and how Mother's Day should be about the two of them.
Bombastic side-eye. Criminal offensive side-eye.
Grandma told me about it last year when I pushed her for why she didn't like her. Yeah, I'm not surprised. She told me she felt like my stepmom would have happily seen Mum abandon us so she could pick up the pieces and play the hero mum who stepped up to the role. In my eyes, my stepmom has always been my dad's wife and not my third or equal parent. And if my parents were gone, I would rather live with my mum's boyfriend than her, even though I lived with her and not with him. I told my grandma that and she wasn't surprised because Mum's boyfriend was never intense about trying to bond with us. See? He took it easy and was just a cool guy. My grandma gets along with my mum and she gets along with Granny, maternal grandma. So when I won this spa thing for Mother's Day competition, oh God, I asked if the 3 of them wanted to do something together and they said yes. And then the 3 of them organised a whole day of it since it wasn't actually Mother's Day. It was great and they did similar stuff with each of my brothers on different days thinking it was a great idea. Then Grandma joined us all for Mother's Day stuff on Mother's Day. My stepmom found out about the girly day on Facebook a few weeks ago and she was upset she wasn't included. Apparently, she bitched to Grandma about it and blamed my mum. She then approached me a few weeks ago and told me she wanted to do the same thing with her, me, Grandma and her mum. Okay, is she gonna pay for it? I told her I wasn't interested and she told me I have to. Yeah, it's a great way to get people to like you. That I have 2 mums and another grandma I never claim and I need to start treating everyone the same. I told her I only have 1 mum and 2 grandmas. She didn't like that and said she'd make me join, and she said she doesn't feel as important when I don't do that stuff with her and how I should make her feel important. I got mad and told her she's not as important and she has to learn to accept that because she's not my second mum or my third parent and I don't like her attitude or the way she tries to compete with and push Mum out. She got so mad and Dad came home as she was yelling. I packed up my stuff and went to my mum, told Dad I wasn't coming anymore because I couldn't deal with his wife. She texted me a bunch and I had to block her. Basically, she was saying I was a cruel and heartless bully. Am I the arsehole? No. Firstly, you're 17, she's a fucking adult, she should act like one. Like, the competitive, jealous nature of her is just going to push people away. The amount of animosity she herself is causing and then blaming the kids for it, no. I think after everyone had maybe calmed down, it would be good if you felt comfortable to be like, do you know what? I do spend time with you, or I do want to spend time with you, but the way that you constantly treat everything as a competition makes it unbearable, and it makes me not want to. Like, sometimes you have to be blunt with people. I hate when people are like, oh, you need to be like really kind and sensitive. Look, at some point you have to be fucking blunt. Not the arsehole. It sounds like your stepmom is trying to force a bond that just isn't there, and you're allowed to set boundaries. She needs to understand that you don't owe her the same relationship you have with your mum. Totally agree. How old is this woman? She sounds exhausting. That's what I'm wondering. I wonder if he like married a younger woman of like 21 who's not actually had her frontal cortex completely develop yet. Not the arsehole. You should sit down to talk with both her and your dad present. I have a mum, and the fact that you try to replace her makes me dislike you. She's 43? She's 43. I think her age made her worse because she and my dad tried to have a baby for so long, but she couldn't get pregnant or maybe miscarried. Okay, so adopt. Pushing this relationship, like, is literally pushing you further away. I mean, who knew family dynamics could rival a soap opera? Oh, I love that. Oh, Christ, this is juicy, especially as I've been rewatching Satisfaction after doing my last video. I feel like I got something in my eye. Okay, so, am I the asshole for freaking out after finding out my pregnant wife used to be a prostitute? I'm 29 and have been married to my wife, who's 32, for almost 4 years. We have a 3-year-old daughter, and she's about 5 months pregnant with our second kid. We always thought we were pretty open about our pasts. Clearly not. But I just found out something that's really messed with me. Last week at a family gathering, my wife's cousin, who had a few too many drinks, said my wife used to be an escort. Not just a one-time thing, but she was doing it regularly in her mid-20s. I had no idea. When I talked to my wife about it later, she broke down and admitted it's true. She said she was in a tough spot and needed the money, and she was scared to tell me because she didn't want me to judge her or leave. I'm feeling really angry and betrayed. It's not just that she did something like that. I get that people have their struggles, but we've been married for years and now we have kids. I feel like she never trusted me enough to be honest from the start. I freaked out and told her I need space. She's now staying with her mum, and her family is saying I'm being immature and that I should just get over it. It's easy to say just get over it when you've known for a really long time. Like, I understand why he would need his space, because that's like saying, oh, I don't want to have kids. Like, it's dropping a bomb in a way into your relationship that could cause you to break up. And to take the time to think about it rather than saying something in the heat of the moment that you'll forever regret, I think is a mature thing to do. My own parents are telling me to let it go for the sake of the family. I know everyone's saying different things, but I can't shake off the feeling of being left in the dark about something so big. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't even think it's necessarily that she was a prostitute. I think it felt like she'd lied to him. Am I the asshole for being upset and wanting some space? You're not an asshole for needing time to process this. Is huge news. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad someone else agreed with me. Yes, it's because it's not just about her past, it's about the lack of honesty and the feeling that you don't truly know your wife. Yeah, what else has she lied about? Trust is one foundation of a healthy, committed relationship. Withholding or lying by omission is still lying and will break that trust. You're justified in feeling how you feel, and she should have told you. It's worse now that marriage and kids are involved. Both of you have a long uphill road to rebuild trust, and it can be done. Good luck. Not the asshole for needing space and feeling upset. You're entitled to your emotions, especially when it comes to something as deeply personal and significant as this. It's not necessarily what she did in her past, but the fact she didn't trust you enough to share it earlier, which is a pretty big deal in a marriage. That said, I think it's important to reflect on why this is affecting you so deeply. Is it because you feel betrayed that she kept it from you, or is it tied to judgment about her past? Everyone has things they're ashamed of or afraid to admit, and it sounds like she was terrified of losing you, which is heartbreaking in its own way. Taking space to process is valid, but also consider whether her actions, now being a supportive partner and mum, align with the person you know and love. Counselling might help you navigate the feelings of betrayal without derailing your relationship, especially with kids involved. I think that's a really, really good comment. I can add nothing further. Next, asshole. Am I the asshole for withholding sex until husband deletes my video?
Jesus Christ.
What's the video? We, 26 female and 27 male, have been married for a year and were together for 3 years before that. We have well-matched appetite and we vibe well. Also, I thought, a few days back, he received a video from an unknown person of me. It's a stupid video my then boyfriend recorded of me on my 18th birthday. He convinced me to record... Why the fuck is he sending a naked video? Sorry, I just saw on the next line. He convinced me to record a naked video of me for future memory. Then some guys stole it from his phone. Bullshit. This is why, like, no one can trust anyone anymore. Guys send these things around. So if you've sent a guy nudes or like nude videos or anything like that, they've sent them to their mates. It's disgusting. I don't really believe this. Stole it from his phone in a hostel, and it made my life pretty hellish in college. In all, I don't have anything but resenting feelings for it. Totally. I can completely understand that. And it also grosses me out that he gets aroused from it. He gets aroused from a video that you now feel grossed out and possibly humiliated by because your ex... Like, he's saying he didn't send it around, but either way, like, it's a video that's been shared around. Yeah, no. When I asked him to delete the video, he said he found it cute and wants to keep it to look at it. So I told him sex is off the table unless he deletes the video, and now he is trying to blame me for cruelty and use sex for manipulation. No. He's made you feel dehumanized. That is a completely understandable reason to not want to have sex with him. Not the asshole. Whoever is circulating that video is doing something that's illegal in a lot of spaces. If it's in yours, please take this as a sign that it's time to make the report. So your husband knows the video upsets you and caused you hell in college, yet chooses to keep it because it's cute. Sorry, but the guy's a jerk that has no respect. Stand your ground. He's in the wrong here. When he can show you respect, consider then he'll regain access to your body. That's the thing, is he's seeing this as like an attack on him. You don't get to access my body if you are utilizing a video that I think is gross because it's been shared around and literally used to humiliate me. I've set a boundary and you've crossed it. The fact he knows how much it hurt her in the past and still wants to keep it shows a lack of empathy. It's not cute. It's a reminder of a traumatic time for her. Totally. Respecting your partner's feelings should come before some old video he barely even has a right to in the first place. That's the thing. It's not even like she fucking sent it to him. How is he not angry that her ex-boyfriend was sending this around? Am I the asshole for paying my own meal? I'm guessing that's for my own meal. I have a group of girlfriends from my school days. There are 5 of us, including myself. We try to meet up once a month for a meal and some wine, or a few cocktails due to careers, kids, or other commitments. We don't see each other a lot, like we used to, and our meetups are a treat, along with the rare child-free time enjoy to ourselves. Anyway, we met up last weekend to swap Xmas presents, as everyone had planned closer to the holidays. One of my friends, Sarah, mentioned she had invited her sister, Kelly, which is fine. So we were waiting for them to arrive, and they come along with Kelly's 4 kids. Kelly ordered starters, mains, and desserts for herself and 3 of the kids, as the youngest isn't on solids yet. The waiter brings the bill, and Kelly says to just divide it by 6.
You cheap bastard.
No. This is a scrounger. Unless everyone at that table had already previously agreed, no. Just no. You are not entitled to those people's money to pay for your fucking children. I said no, as there were 6 adults and 3 kids who ate. Kelly then got upset and started with the single mum card.
Don't give me that look.
No, then don't take your kids out. It's not others' responsibilities to pay for your children if you are taking them out to a restaurant. Sorry. It's hard at this time of year, being a single mum. I can't afford this amount. Then you shouldn't have brought them. Or you shouldn't have come. It's okay for you. You don't have 4 kids to buy Christmas for. This is fucking triggering me to when people say, well, I've got kids. I should have priorities to take Christmas off. Fuck you. This is triggering me. This is where I may be the asshole. I told her not to use the single mum card as no one made her have 4 kids.
Emotional, damn it!
You're not wrong. You're just blunt. I guarantee she's an entitled mum and you're the first person who's called her out for it. I then said, if she can't afford it, then why come? Same bestie. That's what I said. And why let the kids order so much? They could have eaten more within their means if it's an expensive time of the year for everyone. Sarah ended up paying Kelly's bill. Yeah. And we all left in an awkward atmosphere. Sarah rang a few days ago and said Kelly felt like I was mum-shaming her. She said it wouldn't have hurt to just let it go and split the bill that one time. How about teach your sister not to feel entitled to other people's money? That what I did embarrassed her sister. Good, she deserved to be embarrassed. I said I wasn't mum-shaming her. I simply had enough money for with my own family without having to finance someone else's. Now Sarah's being off with me and I'm starting to think maybe I was wrong. You're not wrong. This is the thing. Like her saying, oh, well, I'm a single mum and it's hard for me. Do you know how fucking hard it is also for single people? We are solely responsible for our own rent, utilities. We get no help whatsoever. We have to pay solely for presents for our families too. Just because we don't have physical fucking kids ourselves doesn't mean we don't have families. Shut up. Not the asshole. Kelly just wanted a free meal for her and her kids. I'm guessing Sarah lends her money and pays for some meals and doesn't see it as a big deal. But there's a difference between siblings and someone you don't know, literally. Kelly showed up unexpectedly with her kids and assumed you'd all cover their expenses. That's not okay. Yeah. She's one of those entitled parents that's expecting everyone else in the family or at the table to pay for her because, oh, I'm a single mum and I have kids. Okay. My mum was a single mum. She didn't expect people to pay for her. Or us. Not the asshole. What is mum shaming anyway? I feel bad when people can't afford things like everyone else can, but people should still live within their means. I might see differently if she talked with you beforehand, but to simply expect you to all cover the additional bill is not okay. That's the thing. If she'd ordered like kids' meals or something for them, they were going to order desserts or something, and the kids wanted some, and she said, oh, I'm really sorry, we can't afford it. And everyone around the table was like, get him a dessert, we'll pay for it. And everyone agreed for that, that's fine. But the fact that she ordered starters, mains, desserts, and then expected you all to pay for it, that is an entitled parent. If Kelly was shamed good, she deserved to be. Sorry, that was a bit harsh. What kind of person horns in on someone else's party then expects them to subsidise her? Such a good point. And her kids' meals. If her own sister wanted to treat her fine, but asking others to pick up the tab is ridiculous. Okay, so I'm not the only fucking person. Kelly and Sarah both sound like entitled mooch assholes. I'm surprised Kelly didn't expect everyone to provide her kids with presents too. So your friend group gets together once a month or so, just for the mums without your kids, and someone decides to invite their sister and her 4 kids to an adult-only gathering. That by itself is an asshole move, as you are all meeting there to have some kid-free time for yourselves and to catch up. Didn't even clock that, you're so right. It would be one thing if someone invited their sister to the mums girls group, but her bringing 4 kids along completely changes the dynamic. Also, if you've booked a table and you've just turned up with 4 additional fucking people, that's an asshole thing anyway, because then you've got to either wait for another table because they wouldn't have enough spaces at the table you had already booked, or you've just put a shitload of pressure on the restaurant. So yeah, also that's a super arsehole thing to do. If someone invited their sister to the mums girl group, but her bringing her 4 kids along changed the dynamic, then she unexpectedly tries to guilt everyone to pay for her and her children because she's struggling. None of you invited the sister, so you are not responsible for footing her bill. No one is ever responsible or should be expected to pay for anyone else unless it was previously agreed upon. This is just another case of blatant mooching and guilt tripping. There should be a whole lot more shaming going on. The irresponsible, greedy mother should be shamed for poor parenting, poor financial decisions, ordering far more than she can afford, true, using people, teaching her children to be entitled fools. This is the thing. Entitled, bratty mothers create entitled, bratty children. And with that, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give us a like and subscribe if you like it. I'd really appreciate it. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. I'm hoping that I'm going to get this up before Christmas. It should be up at least by Christmas Eve, because I've got another gig tomorrow. Last gig of the year. Yeah, let me know what I should do for my last video of the year. I will be getting one up before New Year's too. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!